You know, when I was younger, I always wanted to be famous, right? And the reasons for me wanting to become famous when I was younger was because I thought that, being famous would hide insecurities about myself. I wanted to have acknowledgements from other people, and 8 years later, I'm living life now and I'm like, bro, I do not want to have the fame. As tempting as it may seem on the internet and as rightful and as fruitful it may look like on the internet, I mean, it most definitely gives you an ego boost with, everyone knowing who you are and whatnot, everyone screaming your name, etc., etc. I was really putting things into perspective and I was thinking, I don't want to be famous because I don't want it to feel like it's a job, essentially a job. So I have to take a picture of someone every single day and be prepared and feel entitled to take a picture with someone every single day. I mean, I can only imagine how these celebrities feel, man. And sure, don't get me wrong, it's not inherently annoying to take a picture. But when it's just something that's so common where it starts to become a habit, I can only imagine it gets under a few people's skins. And honestly, I don't blame them, power to them. And hey, I'm an introvert. I feel the exact same way. So I can only imagine. It must be annoying. Public transport, everyone's stopping you all the time, Shopping, everyone's stopping you all the time. You want to go on a date, everyone's stopping you all the time. In terms of your life maintenance, I mean, you don't really have that me time, as people like to call it, or just time for yourself now, especially when you're outside, right? And a lot of people want to be famous. They don't consider the negative factors of that. To the people who aren't famous, which is probably the vast majority of us, there are some certain aspects of your life which are so precious, it's not worth trading. For instance, you can walk around in the dark, or it doesn't even have to be the dark, daytime in a nice park, peaceful. You can go to a shop, you can go to a nice expensive area in the central parts of your city, the tourist attractions, and enjoy that. Savor the moment. Bring family, friends along, or even yourself, right? And you can truly enjoy that to the finest moment. And you won't need to feel worried because I mention tourist attractions in particular because those are usually the areas where naturally people are going to be most drawn to. Ratings on the internet, naturally, it's going to attract people there, hence why it's called tourist attraction. You can go to those areas in peace, you can travel in peace and not need to feel like you need to take a picture every 5 seconds. Now, I'm not telling you pictures are bad. And I'm not telling you if you saw me, I would decline the picture. No, of course not. I'm not always willing to show support. But when you're at that mainstream level, it's like, oh my days, everyone's already in everyone in the media is already into your personal life anyway. And that's in a digital sense, so you can only imagine what it's like in real life. Oh, ridiculous. But yeah, I think it's just a maturity thing of me growing up, And when I was young, when I was a kid, I used to always think like, oh, when I'm a big dog, when I'm big, everyone's going to respect me. And it's like, yeah, but bro, you don't need to be famous to earn people's respect. But that's what I thought when I was younger. I felt being famous. Oh yeah, people in my high school, all the people that doubted me in high school. Come on. When you grow up, I grew up a bit with a wiser head on my shoulders. You realize when you're 18 plus, no one really cares. We're all just grinding on our own thing. If they hear you're famous, they may say, oh, this guy's famous, I knew him. They'll all move on back to their own personal lives. Am I right? Alright, no folks, name me this time. They're all going to move back to their own personal lives. Because life goes on. And this is why I'm so happy I'm not famous. Because I can walk outside in peace. Right? I can go anywhere I want. Any country I want. Well, I can't right now, I don't have the money for it, but plausibly, so they even had a decent amount of money, I could go to any country I want and enjoy that to the fullest because I don't need to worry about being stopped every 5 seconds, interviewed every 5 seconds. Imagine you're just trying to get on with your life. You may not even be in the best headspace. Your fans don't see that, right? And I'm just speaking from a celebrity standpoint, not that I've ever experienced it. I'm just speaking, just me putting myself in their shoes. Empathy, if you will. Sympathy, I don't know. But imagine, man, like they're not having the best day and they're going outside. You kind of have to put on this act that you're doing good, but you're really not. You're kind of fucked up out there in your head. And there's nothing wrong with you for feeling like that. We all have days when we're not feeling our best, but you're a celebrity, right? So you kind of have to put on this false act that you're doing a lot happier than you should, And that celebrity, that fan that made you, will probably never see you again. And it's like, from your perspective, it's like, it's a fan, bro. You know, I gotta show my appreciation. I gotta put on a smile for the kid, right? Because he'll probably never see you again. Seeing celebrities are already rare enough, but you may not be feeling in the good mood 24/7, but you gotta take this picture for the kid, right? But at the same time, say, is it true to you? You made someone's day, but bro, you're not even okay in the head yourself. And yes, I'm sure, people being happy to see you, some element of that will make you feel a lot better, I can imagine, yeah. But when it's a repeat, then you see another crowd at the back, then say, oh, can I have a picture? And let's say you're really busy and you decline that, right? They say, oh, but it's only 5 seconds. Yeah, but if I say yes to you, the 100 people at the back are also gonna want a picture. And that's 500 seconds now. That's over a minute. Way over a minute. 5 minutes. Way over 5 minutes, in fact. So I don't want to be famous anymore, man, because I value my peace, man. I actually value peace because I value peace over perplexity, man. And I'm an introvert anyway, so it's not like I never liked the attention. I don't like it, man. I thought I did when I was younger. Grew up a bit, I was like, nah, man, I kind of just prefer to be low-key, man. I like the solitude, the solidarity that comes with it, man. And so I'm not telling you, man, it's completely me liking being alone, though I do quite fancy that. But there are people in your life, obviously mix them in to make the experience more enjoyable. We're social creatures by nature, right? But I just mean, like, I don't want an abundance of people just all over me. Like, come on, man, stop it, man. Let me live a bit, And I'm sure that's how celebrities feel. I'm sure they want to lash out too. And one also a pro of not being famous. You're allowed to say things that famous people aren't really allowed to say. Or perhaps most are too scared to say because of the position they're in. Some people, they might lose their brand or their job or something like that. Or even the slightest of frustration would be magnified on the social media. That's what happens to a celebrity, right? The bigger small. You can itch your butt in public, like people normally do when they have an itch. It's human nature. The internet will make the most of that, post that on the internet, and they'll run with it for God knows how many months. It's fucking ridiculous. But that's the reality of being a celebrity. You can't really live, you can't enjoy it. And I don't like that. So I don't want to be a celebrity. And I want to be a celebrity. And I'm proud of not being a celebrity. And I hope it stays like that. I can still have a large following. Let's say I had 100k followers. Let's say I was hitting 6-digit views. You guys may think that's a lot, which it is. And I'm sure there may be some times where I run across someone and they may know who I am. But you have to remember, guys, 8 billion people in the world population. 6 digits isn't even a percentage of that. Come on, let's get real. You see where I'm coming from? So yeah, I'm happy I'm not famous, personally. And for those of you who want to be famous, really reconsider. Now, I know some industries will naturally make you famous, and usually best case scenario, because it's subjective to someone's personality. But people that perform well in their career, they become so well at what they do. They become so well at what they do that they're so good at their career that naturally the people just enjoy watching them. They big them up. They become famous over that. I mean, depending on your mindset, personally for me, that's unfortunate in and of itself. But hey, to each their own, man. But personally for me, I'm happy I'm not famous, man. And like the title said, well, the title either be called Why I Don't Want to Be Famous or Why I'm Happy I'm Not Famous, or when I was a child I wanted to be famous. Now I don't, as an adult, something like that, man. Putting the titles now saying that aloud in the videos, because usually I make the video is really good, then I forget what the title is. So yeah, just thought I'd plot that in the video. But yeah, that's why I'm quite happy that I'm not famous.